Evening, everyone. Welcome to the Douglas Planning Board meeting for December 10th, 2020. Meeting is being recorded and is available for viewing on the Douglas Public Access Channel and on the Douglas website. And we'll come to order at 7:03. And first item on the agenda, 7 p.m., public hearing continued, Cooperstown Road Realty Trust, application for a definitive subdivision residential compound, Hawk Hill Farm, 772 Northwest Main Street. Possible vote. Public hearing is now open. Okay, do you have anybody here for that, Bill?
I was contacted by Miss Schlesman, and I thought she was going to be here. I asked her if she wanted to continue, and she said no, because I didn't get any information from them. Since the last meeting, we did go out and do soil testing on one day for the stormwater.
Yep.
And I haven't heard back from them since. That was maybe 2 weeks ago, I'm thinking.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
So I asked them today if they were planning on continuing, because we haven't gotten anything.
Yeah, right.
And Ms. Schlesman said that she was planning on attending with her husband here in person.
Okay, yeah, no, I'm here.
Oh.
So, sorry, I've been having trouble connecting, so can you just back up a little bit and let me know what has occurred prior to that?
Sorry about that, Meg, I didn't see you up there.
Yeah, no, I'm here.
No, basically, I was saying the only communication and interaction we had with Andrews was the one day of soil testing at the site, and beyond that, I have not heard anything.
Yep, so is Jude on or no?
You don't see him?
Nope.
Bill, you see him?
No, I can't see that far.
Oh.
Sorry. Yeah, he's on here.
Is he?
He's got a question mark, but no, there he is. Okay.
Is that mute? There he is.
There he is. Just in the nick of time.
Just in the nick of time.
Okay. So can I have your name and who you're representing, please?
State your name, Jude, please.
My name is Jude Donovan. I represent the applicants, the Schlesmans and the Chapmans. I'm from Andrews Surveying and Engineering.
Okay, thank you.
So, Jude, I gave them a brief overview on my interaction over the last month, since the last meeting, or month and a half, or whatever it was, basically the one day of soil testing. So I'll just turn it over to you.
Yeah, so after the soil testing, we came back and we started looking at, I'm relatively new to this project, so I was trying to get my head around the project itself and kind of the history of what was going on. I did have a meeting with you maybe a month and a half ago based on your comments that you had the previous person who was handling this. Basically, I did that we needed to do some drainage mitigation because because the stormwater management applied because there were 5 lots that are being proposed. And so we did a drainage, we've done a drainage analysis, pre versus post. And I have some questions for the board, or you, Bill, based on some of the comments that were received, which way we want to kind of finalize these plans for submission to you for review. When I say finalized, I don't mean the final plan set. I just mean a set that's showing a lot of progress from the last set of plans. We have had numerous discussions, but some of the things that are key to me is one thing we did was when we ran the pre and the post, we looked at the driveway in the different areas where it breaks up and it goes into different natural drainage areas based on the existing driveway. And the only part that really exceeds any of the thresholds and the standards is the end of the driveway where the cul-de-sac is, because we're adding such a large portion of pavement than what currently exists. That's required to kind of hold back some of that flow volume-wise and the rate for the drainage. The rest of it, the way that the driveway kind of tips and undulates, the percentage of adding a little bit of gravel here and there to make the 16-foot wide traveled way, and then a 20-foot wide clear width for the fire department doesn't add up to a whole heck of a lot of new impervious area because some of it's so large. On the topography map, one thing that I did notice in looking at some of the comments was it looks like because of their 2-foot contours, you miss a lot of the undulations in the road, in the way that the road tips in certain directions, and there's some high spots and low spots. Starting at the beginning of the road. Can I share my screen?
Yeah,
Is there a way?
I believe so. Maybe not. Do you have a share screen button at the bottom of your screen?
Yeah.
So click on that.
So he's gonna have it.
And then you select in the dialog box the tab for your browser or program.
Hey, all right.
Yep.
No?
Did everybody see that?
Yes.
Yeah.
So basically, like I was starting to say, now you can kind of see a picture of it. At the beginning of the road, it slopes up. That the subdivision regs require you have a staging area 40 feet in length off the pavement wide, and that should be paved. We're proposing that. It does fall under the 6% slope guideline. So what you don't see in the topography, if you look at it closely, it just looks like it's a straight grade and all this straight down this road and out onto Northwest Main Street. But what's actually happening is there's a series of highs and low spots where, if you look at this drainage map here, this area at 4.1, that's the only area that's going out to Northwest Main Street. The rest of it's being collected from this line to this line. This gets collected and tipped up towards the, there's like a turnaround over here. And then if you follow it up, you kind of go over a little bit of a high spot, and then you're in this sag where it says Hawk Hill Estates, and then it goes really steep up to the branch in the driveway for the 2 existing residents. Well, that whole area comes down and it drains, some of it drains out to a swale along the right-hand side heading towards Northwest Main Street. And it all ends up down in this area where the AP2 is. But like I said before, adding a little bit of gravel on each side of the road, because the drainage area is so long and the flow paths are so, it doesn't add up to any significant amount of water to hold back. So, these areas here, I believe, based on the analysis and Bill, once you take a closer look, I know that I'm showing everybody this kind of for the first time. You can tell me whether you agree or disagree, but once you get past this, the branch in the driveways to go to the 2 residences, that's where there's a high spot there, and then it tips down towards a natural low spot here. And one of the notes that I saw, the fire department, instead of wanting a T-turn around at the cul-de-sac, they wanted to have a nice round cul-de-sac so they could drive around or stage vehicles if they had to at the bottom of the driveway. So what we did here is, because we added all that pavement, it didn't just simply meet the pre and post. It was actually a quantifiable volume and a flow rate coming out of there. So we conducted a set of test pits in this area. There's 3 of them right here. We couldn't dig directly in the center of the road because then we would erect the existing driveway. But we did them as close as we could that made sense when I was out there. So based on those soils, what I did was we tipped this whole entire cul-de-sac into the middle, and that's where I attenuate the flows, the flow rate and the volume rate. And then there's a small pipe that outlets underneath the pavement here and then discharges down to the analysis point. So once you get back down to here, by adding that amount of pavement and that amount of storage for the new pavement and stormwater, everything equals back down at the property line where the analysis point is. So that's kind of the drainage in a nutshell. Like I said, I know everybody's kind of seeing this for the first time, and these are my thoughts, having looked at this with a fresh set of eyes, given where the project was and the design was at that time. One of the other things that Bill had mentioned previously in his red lines was the fact that we had, you can kind of see, if you can see that undulation before this very steep part of the driveway. Bill had made mention that this was a slope of 15%, which it's obviously a lot steeper than a conventional subdivision road, and it's not in compliance with the subdivision regulations. This being a common driveway and an existing driveway, we're trying to get the feel of the board as far as if that is a thing that would be supported, or if there's something that they would like me to do to try and lessen that. The reason I'm told that by the guy who actually installed the road, who happened to be the guy who was doing the drainage pits for me, is that that's all ledge in this area here. So if we had to lower that down in that steep spot, we'd be blasting and we'd be road, making the road, less steep, yes, but it would be more of a significant cost to make that comply with like a subdivision reg. But because this is a dead end and it's only going to serve that section of the road, would potentially serve the 4 lots, because there's 1 lot at the beginning that wouldn't be impacted by that. There's 2 lots that exist today. There's 2 houses up there that exist today, and it would be an additional possible 2 lots that would be coming up that 15%. My proposal is to tip that road towards the inside of the curve to make it a little bit more safe. So you would super elevate the road. It wouldn't be a conventional crowned road where it tips to each side from the center line. You would actually tip the road to the inside of the curve over here. So that if there was any kind of sliding that would occur or trying to get up it, you adding a little bit of safety to the element, and you'd be forcing the road this way. The other thing that we're proposing to do is the regulations say 16-foot clear width, 16-foot wide road for a common private driveway, but the NFPA requirements for fire apparatus and fire access getting up to residents along the common driveway require 20-foot clear width. So we're proposing to do a 20-foot gravel private way to get up to those residences up in that area. The other issue or comment that I've seen is the offset between Ledgestone Road and this new road. The subdivision regs do say that you need to maintain a certain distance to opposing roads. From what I've noticed and what I'm looking at on this property, Ledgestone Road is also a dead end. It's not a throughway, so there wouldn't be cars that would be coming off of Ledgestone Road trying to get onto Northwest Main Street and then onto Hawk Hill Lane. It's not, because Hawk Hill Lane also isn't a throughway, so we wouldn't have that issue that subdivisions are trying to eliminate, having where you have these 2 opposing roads and people are trying to do a maneuver, zigzag maneuver, to get across that main road over to the next road to continue on to wherever they end up going. In this case, both of these roads are dead ends, so you wouldn't have that issue. We set out, Bill and I, when we were doing testing, we kind of looked at the sight distance issue on that road. And in the field, if you stand at the end of the road, Ledge Hill Road isn't as much of a jog as it seems to be on a plan, just looking at a plan. When you're out there, it kind of lined up slightly to the other road. But the bigger thing that we had discussed is that the sight distance looking up the road to the west, there's plenty of sight distance that way. And although there's adequate sight distance looking to the east, there's probably 6 dead trees that are ready to come down, and they're kind of growing right along the edge of the road currently. So my proposal would be to, get with the tree warden or whoever is in charge of the roadside trees and see if we could take those down to improve the sight distance. Again, seems like we have the sight distance there. It's just that those trees, if we remove those trees, it would just add a benefit to being able to look down to the east, down northwest Main Street. Most of the other comments that were made that I've seen are basically just, kind of housekeeping stuff. I know that we were looking for bounds to be set along the roadway and things like that, and we have no, I don't have any real issue with any of that stuff. It seems pretty basic to me that we follow the subdivision regs. And because it's the definitive subdivision, there are some things that we'll be asking for waivers on from the subdivision regs to allow us to do this type of development. So
Jude, I don't know if you have any questions.
I've made in a nutshell.
I don't know if you have any questions for the board on what you just asked, what you reviewed?
Well, I don't want to go down and design this whole road. I just kind of want to get the feel for the board on those are the three main items that I see as being, potential hangups and how to deal with them the best way we can as a group.
So the first one being stormwater on the lower
Correct.
section, second one being the grade of the road, and what was the third one? Sight
The third one
distance?
is the intersection, if you want
right.
to put
Yeah.
that, the kind of the jog in the road.
Can I respond to those?
Yep, go right ahead, Bill.
So with regard to the stormwater, the general design criteria is that you're not increasing flow for the post-developed condition from the pre-developed condition. So basically, the flow rates before you were there equal or mimic the flow rates after you're there. So that should happen in either case. If you're saying the flow from the lower section is minimal, there's minimal change, from a design perspective, that seems pretty routine. You'd meet the standard, in other words. With regard to the upper section, if there's an increase, and by the way, we were careful to match the amount of impervious with the recommendation from the fire chief. I think I even circulated a sheet of paper that shows, it's nearly identical impervious surface between the cul-de-sac version and the dead end. So for what I would recommend to the board is, let's go through the calculation, see if there is a significant difference in flow rate, and then deal with it then, instead of doing it prematurely. So secondly, with regard to the steepness of the driveway, I do know that highway and fire generally have issues with the steeper roads. I know there's a private driveway that John Furno, the highway super, and the fire chief are concerned about. That's, I want to say 12 or 13%, and they want to try and get it down to 10%, and that's a private driveway. So, I would probably solicit their input on this situation with the grades on the driveway. And then lastly, I agree with Jude, that sight distance improves dramatically with the road at the location. If you start offsetting it directly from Ledgestone, you lose the advantage of the bend in the road on Northwest Main Street, and it may impact sight distance. So, but I'd ask them to show us what those numbers are.
Agreed.
Okay.
What? It's a preliminary.
Aaron, you have a question?
Yeah, there was some talk that it was going to be a gravel surface, right? Is that what it is? It's not being paved?
The driveway.
Correct, that's the intention.
Is
The
there-
first part of the road, the first staging area, as it's called,
The apron.
that's going to be,
The apron, as such.
yes.
Is
Yes.
there any increased tendency for a road that has a slope of 13 to 15% being gravel for washing out with water and then tipping the road so it's not a crown, and then, tires and spinning out. I mean, you get some grip on the gravel, but you also have some tendency to throw that gravel to the sides and create divots, and, I live on a lesser than gravel road, so potholes is what we got, and there's no gold there.
There's different specifications for the gravel and stuff, so when I say gravel, I'm using the general term for discussion, but in the details, it's more as like a wrap, a recycled asphalt, so it's got a good mix of interlocking
Right.
shapes and stones, so in face value, when you use this wrap and it's done right and compacted right, it looks just like asphalt. It's just that you're not laying down the asphalt and it doesn't have the bitumen in it.
Is it a regrind? I mean, is it that type of tightness?
Yeah, it's recycled asphalt, so when they
Okay,
grind it
free
up,
grind.
that has to go somewhere and stored somewhere, and
Yeah.
people are using it for these types of situations.
Right.
I mean, I can get, it's a good question on the steep part of the road.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So we would need to investigate that a lot further, because I certainly don't want to specify something to get put down and then the Schlesmans call me next winter and it's all washed down the hill. It's not where I go with that either. So we would definitely have to pay special attention to, if anything, definitely the steep part of the road and what type of material. I mean, maybe we pave that section so that it's more of a stable surface than anything.
Just a question, I'm not the expert, but it's just a
What's
question.
that?
It's just a question for me, I'm not the expert, you guys are, but I just wanted to bring that up, it's my concern.
No, it's a great question, and it's definitely a concern that we would have to address.
The intention is for this to remain private, though, right, Bill?
It is, yes.
Yeah.
So would there be some kind of a
Yeah.
agreement in the deeds for the maintenance of the,
There would be a homeowners association, homeowners maintenance association that would be required as part of this. It's outlined in our
Yeah.
regs, but we do have a standard form of the agreement on other projects.
right?
And just tell me, we don't plow that or anymore,
No.
private roads?
We don't do anything to it.
Oh,
It's not ours to maintain.
Yeah.
I got a couple.
But it still has to meet standards for
Yeah.
fire and stuff like that.
If we could, on the next time you have a drawing on Northwest, can I see Lake Shore, the actual road on the map? I know you got the name there, but you're pretty much directly across from, I think it's Lake Shore right there.
Ledgestone.
No,
Ledgestone?
it's not
Ledgestone.
directly across.
Style.
No, but it's real close.
Yeah.
Real close.
can you give us
And
the
where you're
dimensions?
paving the bottom asphalt area with asphalt, it's not so much job site, it's the water.
Yeah. How much
Going
water's running?
across Northwest, then heading down Ledgestone.
So,
Oh.
Oh.
Or the neighbor.
That's the big deal.
I'm
I
not
mean,
sure,
I drive the road twice a day, so I'm out there all the time. And I know that the water will get up and go across.
I'm not sure if it's shown on the plan.
There's a
and it should be
culvert
If
there.
it's not, Jude, but there is a culvert pipe that goes right from, Ernie probably knows it well.
Yeah.
That goes right down Ledgestone.
yeah.
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 Okay.
It is a culvert, as you come
Oh, it
out of
shows
that
it right there.
driveway they're
They
talking
should show
about.
Goes right down?
There's a culvert right there,
Yeah.
and it goes across to Ledgestone.
It shows it there. They're fairly close to it, almost
Yeah.
across the street from each other.
That's what I'm saying. It's closer than what you think.
Yeah.
And taking the trees down, go right ahead. Half of them are all dead along that
Yeah,
road.
right.
They're all dead.
Get permission first.
Correct.
You're right.
I mean, that's for sure. You dodge them every day coming home.
Get permission first. We're okay with taking the trees down.
That's it.
We got some work to do.
That's
We
it.
didn't get any plans,
No.
right? I missed the beginning,
No plans.
no plans.
No plans, no, we don't have any- this is
Northwest Main
deep
Street.
before they draw.
It's hard for me to grasp
Actually going
what's
across.
going on.
We're not
Preliminary.
proposing any grade
No, it's not
changes in that
preliminary.
area. So
Okay.
it would be the same amount of water
not
today
preliminary.
as in the built condition.
All right, because, I mean, right now it's not paved, that's why. That's why I'm just saying it. You're going to be paving the first, what, 50 feet,
Oh, it's paved.
40 feet.
40 feet?
Coming
It's
off
like a
Northwest
gravel,
is paved.
it's like a gravel going up there right now,
I
though.
mean, it's an apron going up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
There is a paved
No,
apron.
just to keep it in mind, I'm just saying, you know?
But you are going to pick up more water.
Yeah.
It's not going to penetrate, it's going to stay on. Okay. All right.
All right. Anything further, Bill?
I think there's some abutters that I see on. But with regard to the plans, no, I mean,
Yeah.
Jude's working hard on it,
Yeah. Get us the numbers, we can look at the
Yeah.
calculations,
yeah.
and,
Agreed.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to fix that slope, the 15%. To get it more like
10.
10.
Right.
Or come up with, or pave it.
I'll pave it, yeah.
You still need more than that.
We could look at possibly filling in where it comes up from a hot, let me share my screen.
Okay.
Hold on 1 second. One thing that I had in mind is if you can see how it's kind of hot, gets to a high point here. We
I can hardly see.
potentially lessen the slope
Fill it in.
to tip that grade up and filled in that low spot
But you gotta
in
have
this area.
to berm the edges, though, to make sure you don't get the washout on the sides.
Well, exactly, it would raise the edges, and that's where my idea of tipping it the other side so it doesn't just all wash down one way. You could super elevate that road. It would be, this is that little high spot that we're looking at, and if you filled in this area, instead of having the water flow down and cascade over the new filled area, you could build that up with, rocks and riprap in that area and tip the water onto the inside so it's hitting a swale that with some check dams to slow the water down, and then underneath the road with a pipe. That's one idea to kind of make that situation a little bit better.
So a lot of these design issues, I think, Jude and I can handle outside of the forum
I agree.
until we come to
Yeah.
either an agreement or a disagreement,
Right.
and then
Yep.
the board can,
All right, yeah, work on it with them and then
Right.
get us some calculations and we'll take it from there.
Right.
But I think most of us are probably 10% or so. Gotta be-
Yeah, try to get it down from 18 anyway, yeah.
It doesn't create a hardship for the years to come.
All right, anybody else on the board have any questions?
I'm good.
Okay, this is the public hearing, so anybody in the audience have any questions, concerns?
I'm not sure they can hear you online.
Anybody in the audience or anybody online that has any questions or comments right now?
Okay.
Nothing?
Question. John
Name and address, please.
John Menard.
Name and address, please.
He said it.
John Menard, 734 Northwest Main Street.
Okay, John, thank you.
The Mid-State Trail runs along the southern part of this plan and is quite, used quite a bit for hikers and cyclists and ATVs. And I'm curious to know what provisions are going to be put in place to make sure that the nature aspect of that trail is still in place, and also a little bit of erosion as well. So talking about drainage and whatnot, what provisions are going to be put in place to make sure that the trail doesn't erode further?
Okay, we will certainly look into that.
Trying to find.
Can I respond to that for a moment?
Okay, who's talking now, please?
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, hold on.
Yep. Okay, it's Meg?
Okay.
Yep,
so-
go ahead, Meg.
Yes.
Yep, go ahead.
So we have been part of any mid-state trail activities that have happened and have allowed runners and horses to utilize that mid-state trail, whereas it abuts property in history, and would absolutely continue to allow that. We have no plans to change any of that, and appreciate the usage of the Mid-State Trail as it relates to our property.
Okay, thank you, Meg.
Okay.
I'm going to share my screen for a second. Jude, can you describe where this is, perhaps?
Meg probably can, because this is the first I heard of it.
It's right down the bottom.
Are you sleepy?
It's right down on the bottom.
So the Mid-State Trail comes out of Ledgestone
It's only Thursday.
and connects our property along probably the southern rim.
It's like a guinea hen.
Okay, ouch.
What is that?
What is
Mike.
that?
It's a mic issue.
You had it, Bill, the mid-stage
Yeah.
goes down the bottom left.
No, I think that's a pipe.
Yeah,
the ridge is like, that's
Right, so I misspoke, not Ledgestone, but Lakeshore. So there's an entry point across the street on Northwest Main at Lakeshore where runners and bikers and horse people can enter that kind of abuts the back side of our property. And we have approved riders to go in there, whether it's for the ultra marathon that was there this year, and also with the course activities that contact us up, throughout the year about their usage of that Mid-State Trail property, and we have no problem with that, have always approved their usage of that and support that fully. And we have no desire to change any of that moving forward.
Where is it, Bill?
Are we just talking about the erosion on the trail
Yeah.
right
Yeah,
now?
I know. Totally
We're
asphalt.
on Northwest
Okay.
Main
Well, he wants to know there's not gonna be any
Street,
further
looking at Lakeshore.
because of-
Okay, so,
Directly across from that, there is an entry point for the Mid-State Trail directly across
not
from
hard now.
Lakeshore.
well, as long as the
Somebody
new
put a
road
cursive on
doesn't,
it Or something?
as long as the new road doesn't cause a road.
Meg, the Mid-State Trail doesn't run through your property though, right? It abuts it.
It abuts it.
Okay.
Why is that?
It's out of scope.
Why is she saying allow and do this and do
Yeah,
that?
so then, I mean,
If it abuts it, it's,
right,
it's,
and yeah, it's
it has a covenant, I'm
it's
sure.
it's covered by the state.
No, just the new road
She-
not creating any erosion on the trail.
Right, right.
And that's the end of the story.
That's
Okay.
It doesn't really impact, erosion wouldn't really impact
Sure.
access to the Mid-State Trail. It's further up than that. But certainly just want to make clear to the planning board that, we fully support people utilizing that trail.
Yep.
It would not be our intention to prohibit any activity on that. And throughout the years, people contact us and we give them approval routinely.
Can I, sorry, I'm a little confused.
Go ahead, Aaron.
I don't know where it is.
Ms. Schlesman says we give them approval, but it's not on the land, it's abutting, so what approval to, what am I?
Well, she's saying she
supports it,
she
but doesn't have
agrees
to
with,
give
she
approval.
agrees with the activity that goes
Right.
along the
Right, but
Mid-State
there's
Trail.
difference in the terms approval versus
I know.
supporting? That's all.
Yeah, I think the
The-
word is
the
support
name-
more than approve.
The neighbor was concerned about erosion
I think people
from the
are
project.
And keep it open.
Yes,
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's it.
yeah.
An abundance of caution, contacting people whose property may abut their activities. And although it doesn't reverse our property, I think that they are being polite in including us in the activities that they're proposing.
Okay.
Okay.
Would it be objectionable to just kind of show in a very rough way, I'm not talking survey or anything, what the approximate location of that, Jude?
Absolutely, I'm working on that kind of right now as we speak, trying to figure out where that trail is. It's definitely, I wouldn't say quite a distance, but it's definitely a measurable distance away from the entrance to the, to that road.
Yeah, it
So
is.
Yeah, because I think we have some confusion about the location of that thing, so maybe at the next meeting.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Okay, awesome.
All right, anybody else have any questions or concerns?
Can you see that?
Okay, hearing none?
January
Yes, we
12th?
can.
No, I don't think so.
That's the entrance to
I'll
the
go to
trail
the
that we're
20th.
talking about.
Yeah. We need to vote on the meeting schedule, don't we?
And
True.
if you
Before
can
we
see that-
continue things.
That truck that's way down the street, that's
Buried in the
the
bottom.
entrance to the Schlesman's property.
And is that road on the right Ledgestone? That driveway?
That's a driveway.
It's driveway.
That's the driveway.
That's
Ledgestone is right in this area.
Right
Okay,
there.
I see
Cursor is.
it. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, thank you.
Oh. All right.
Make
This
sure
is the entrance to our property here.
Okay.
All right, so,
That's Ledgestone Road.
All right.
yep, right there.
Yep.
That's the entrance to their
Yeah.
driveway.
Okay.
All right, so we'll get some calculations, get some numbers. Bill and Jude can work on that.
Yep.
And
Second
you want to be on for our next meeting?
Second meeting of January?
We have a January 12th, I
Two.
think.
12th and 26th.
Yeah, January, you want the first meeting, probably the second meeting? How far along are you, Jude? I mean, I got to review it too.
Correct.
And it's holidays.
Correct, 26th?
Yeah,
My intention is to, after tonight's meeting, is to wrap this thing up within the next few days, so you'll have the plans next week.
I would still ask for the 26th.
Yeah, so
I-
first we need to vote on the 2021 meeting schedule to continue this.
Yep. So we're going back to our Tuesdays?
Oh, good.
That's what that does?
Yeah.
Yep.
So make them,
That's,
so
yeah, go for it.
we'll go in the middle of this to make a motion to accept the meeting minutes for 2021
Meeting
as
schedule.
proposed.
Meeting
Meeting
schedule.
schedule.
Meeting schedule.
Second.
All right, motion made by Mike Z, seconded by Tracy to accept the meeting schedule for
As
2021.
written. Looks good.
Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Tracy, Sharkey,
Any-
aye.
Oh, we can just do an
Correct.
unanimous.
Unanimous vote.
Unanimous.
Unanimous vote of aye on the
Okay.
acceptance of the schedule.
So now-
All right, so we'll put them on
7 o'clock on
for
the
second
26th.
meeting in January?
Yep.
January 26th, that's 7 o'clock.
That sound good?
January 20.
Yes.
Okay. All right, I'll ask for a motion to continue the public hearing.
So moved.
Second?
Tracy.
Motion made by Tracy, seconded by Mike Z. All those in favor?
Tracy, Sharkey,
Yeah,
aye.
roll call.
Take it a unanimous aye.
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 All right.
We're not roll calling anymore?
Well, we
We're
will,
remote?
if there's going to be a difference of opinion. If you want, I think our secretary knows who we are now, so.
Oh, I thought it was because of remote participation.
Well, it's for continuing a
I
meeting.
just figure if I say
Oh,
it's
okay.
unanimous, then everybody, if there's a discrepancy, we'll do it, a roll call vote.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all of us, yeah.
Yeah, as long
Unanimous
as
vote.
Is that okay, Bill?
that's open
Half
meeting.
an hour or?
Half an hour.
Yeah, half an hour? Yep, okay.
Yep.
Right,
I mean, I didn't
everybody
even get to see
online,
the plan yet,
Bill.
so.
we'll take this up again
Do you want to,
on the 26th of January.
when is he going to send you the plan, so you get time?
What day?
What day? He's a week.
Whenever he gets
A
it
week.
to me. He gets them to me when he gets them.
All right,
All set?
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, John.
thanks.
Thank you very much,
Yep.
everybody.
Sure, John.
Yeah, Merry Christmas to you, too.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
All right, next item on the agenda. 7:30, we can do that. Public hearing continued. Pine Sand and Stone Company, application for an earth removal special permit in Water Resource Protection Overlay District. Special permit,
Losing the pool.
no, I'm not going to read the numbers. It's at 62 Manchog Street. Public hearing is now open.
Okay, so we're talking about pine, sand, and stone now. Ernie just opened the public hearing. I see Eric's online. I think he wants to give us an update.
Okay.
Yeah, if I could share my screen with you
Yep.
folks?
Yep. You know how?
Yeah. Are you able to see that?
We see you, Eric.
We see you.
Yeah, okay. Hold on a second. Give me a second. Try this again.
So you hit screen share at the bottom, and then a dialog box comes up, and then you select the window or program.
Okay, here we go. How's that?
Beautiful.
Yep.
Okay, so, the plan we originally submitted to the planning board showed our access coming in off of Manchog Street and through St. Denis Cemetery. And then through this route here, our access drive came into the earth removal area. So our access drive came through the riverfront area and rare species habitat. And when we filed our notice of intent with the Conservation Commission and DEP asked us to look at alternatives that might have less impact on the riverfront area. So the riverfront area we were disturbing was this area here. It was about 8,000 square feet. So we looked at coming in from different properties, different directions, and what we came up with was this, which was a potential access route through the Maniac property off of West Street. It's a longer access drive, And we have two wetland crossings with this route. A small stream crossing here and then another small BVW crossing. But the increase in wetland impacts are still insignificant compared to the huge decrease we get in the riverfront area impacts, which were completely eliminated with this alternative. So we met with the Conservation Commission on Monday, and they seem to like this plan. So we wanted to discuss it with the planning board now, and if there's no objections, this is the plan we'd like to bring forward because it does so much for eliminating our environmental impacts that we had with our previous proposal. So we've got about an 1,100 square feet access driveway here. It would require filling the pool in the Maniac's yard, crossing a small stream. We'd go through this knoll, and then we have another wetland crossing in this area. And then we go in between two wetlands in this area here. And that would get us to the earth removal area. The perimeter of this is the same as what it was on the original plan that we filed with the planning board. The volume of earth removal is a little less because we don't have the same cut with our access drive that we did with our previous plan. But in general, the volumes would be the same, the volumes of earth removal. So we realize, now we're going in between two residential properties with this, so we do have that to deal with, but we just want to emphasize this is a temporary operation. It's earth removal. It's not a big volume. It's 180,000 cubic yards. So in our application, we had requested a removal rate of 1,000 yards a day. So we're looking at 180 working days of earth removal. So it wouldn't take a long time to have this completed, maybe in the neighborhood of a year or so. It depends on what the board approves for our rate of removal. So we just wanted to run this by the board at this time and get some feedback and see if there are any objections to it. It's what we'd like to proceed with for our earth removal plan now.
How many trucks we talking a day? How many trips?
Well, yeah, what size trucks?
In the application, we were looking at 1,000 trucks or 1,000 yards a day. So it depends on the size of the truck. If you're figuring the trailer dumps, I think we were looking at 30 yards per truck. So it'd be about 30 to 35 trucks per day with the larger trucks at 1,000 yards a day.
Every 15
So,
minutes.
And that'll, triple, Eric, with the smaller trucks?
Well, it's 20 yards.
yeah, I don't know. Andy, are you with us tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I can do the calculation, but I would suspect that would be maybe
50.
a third more trips
Yeah,
a day.
jumps to 50.
But the 10-wheelers would hold about 22 yards.
20 yarders.
22 yards.
Wow.
I didn't hear what he said.
The 10-wheelers will hold 22 yards.
Yeah.
Okay.
Seems high to me.
Yeah,
I
slightly.
generally do 15, maybe.
Oh, 20.
No,
No, you can get-
sure,
20.
running heavy.
My reason for asking, when the access was going to be on Manchog Road, you had a direct shot right down Gilboa Street to Pine, Sand, and Stone.
Well, they're not delivering.
West Street is a much different road than Manchog Road or Gilboa Street. It's got a narrow bridge on it. The road's not in that great a shape right now as it is. That's my concern of how many trips you'll be making down that. Meeting a truck coming the other way,
They're not-
it's going to be tough.
I think, well, for the,
Traffic is the biggest concern I have with that access. That's the only concern I have, I think, right now, is with that access on West Street.
I think that the turning radius
We'll have to
coming off
talk
the
about
side.
that.
Yeah, I think the turning radius coming off the site if you're a larger truck, but they're not transferring it over to Pine, so they're gonna go deliver to whatever location they need to go deliver to.
No, I think they said they were bringing it to Pine.
Yeah,
Oh, they're gonna bring it to Pine to process?
Yeah.
They didn't process the one on Northeast Main, that's why.
so I'm just not sure who we should bring in on discussing what the number of loads would be. I mean, I think the highway superintendent should certainly have some input,
I mean,
and maybe the road commissioners.
it isn't so many loads per day, it's the total amount of loads that'll be going over that bridge. That bridge you're saying is,
I'm just saying it's a narrow
Yeah.
stretch of road when you get to where the water department is and where the bridge is.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's not, it's, the road's not the greatest road right now. It's in
Yeah,
rough
it's a little-
shape, so pounding the hell out of it with tri-axles would,
or trailer,
and
yeah.
meeting traffic coming the other way would certainly be an issue. So we might have to do some signage or something like that to compensate for that. That's my only issue with that.
Is there any issue with the bridge you're saying? I mean, does that need to be assessed at all?
No.
For a period of...
Not the weight, I'm not concerned about the weight.
Okay.
It's the narrowness of the road.
Because I think it's a little bumpy over by where the water department is.
Yeah, it's got some concave in it, it's, yeah, so.
But
But the access, I'm not objecting to, just the number of vehicles maybe coming down that road.
What if they routed around?
no, you can't go out Grove Street.
Grove Street, you gotta
And
meet them on Mumford Street at
Rydell's
that
really
bad
in the
corner.
most
Yeah,
better.
Yeah, they'll never make that.
That'd be worse.
That's not good either.
That's bringing it more in neighborhoods.
I think it worked out, I just wanted, my concern is the number of trips and the number of vehicles
Yeah.
and the traffic. That's all.
I guess,
What did they say for number of trips?
32.
We're talking about up and down West Street.
30 to 35, trailer dump.
Pardon?
It's a smaller
Yeah.
truck, it could be as
Trailer
much as 50.
dumps would be 30 to 35,
yeah.
props.
Every 15 minutes.
I mean, I know
Yeah.
school buses, things like that, when I meet him with tobacco on that section of road, I pull over and let the school
Yeah.
bus go by or whatever's going by the other way. That's,
Yeah. So,
it's a tight squeeze.
I guess in an 8-hour day, you're talking more than 4 trips an hour.
Yeah, I was saying 10 to 15 minutes.
Yeah. So that's 2 trucks running probably constantly. So, but, I don't know.
Is that the route that they plan on taking?
Yeah.
Is that the route they plan on taking down west? Or-
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah, I mean, there's no other way to go.
Shorter.
Come
Is that the
on.
route you plan on taking to get to the plant?
Hello?
Eric?
What was that? I'm sorry.
What's the preferred route you guys planning on taking to get to the plant?
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
What's your preferred route?
My preferred route?
Yeah, where are you taking the dirt? Taking it to the plant?
Taking a left out of the site, then you're going downtown, taking a left out to North Street, going over the bridge.
Is that the way you're going?
Oh, my God. Through the downtown.
Well, there's that many trucks coming through every day down here.
That's not gonna be a big impact.
If they do 25.
No, Ernie's brought up a point, so we're trying to determine what route you're planning on taking with all the
30 trucks
trucks.
a day,
At least.
right through the center, down and up.
We're not there.
What, who is moving around on there?
Yeah.
Eric, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can look choppy.
Just make sure you speak into the microphone and speak loudly, because I have noticed.
Eric, what is the route that you're planning on taking to get to Pine?
I think that it's, as you mentioned, Bill, there'd be West Street down to Main Street, and then, was it over to North Street?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Up the Lucky Dam Road there.
okay. Thank you.
I guess,
Statue after a while.
Did you hear my response, Eric?
Right into the mic.
he didn't, Ernie. Good.
Mike's right here. Eric?
Yep.
Did you hear my response to your exiting out onto West Street?
No, I missed it.
All right, my concern is that the road is narrow, it's not in that great a shape, but the bridge is narrow, and I'm just wondering how many, that's why I asked how many trips per day coming down through there. I know meeting a school bus in that section of the road by the water department, on that bridge, in that area, the guardrails, it's a tight squeeze. So the number of trips are getting some input from the highway superintendent or the police on that number of trucks coming down that section of road every day and meeting other vehicles is a concern. So I want to know if you're interested in touching base with them to get some input on that.
Yeah, we could do that. We could also try and coordinate the trucks out of there, with trying, so they don't coincide with the times that the school buses might be running.
Okay.
Like I said, probably 30 to 40 trucks a day. But it is, again, just to emphasize, it is a temporary condition. It's going to be probably at 1,000 yards, it's going to be 180
Days.
removal days. And
Yep. Yeah.
Yep, I understand all that, yeah. It's going to be, you're right, 180 days is a long time to meet all that traffic every day. That's my concern, that's all. I'm not opposed to the access coming out on West Street, but I have some concern with the narrowness of the road when you get by the water department and meeting school buses and other trucks coming that way. So I would like some input from the highway superintendent and from the police and you answered one question already about coordinating the times when the school buses aren't running. That's great, but it's something we have to discuss because it's not a great road.
Eric, I think what would be helpful for the board as well is if you gave us options or you looked at options of, you're talking about 40 trucks right now. I guess looking at what else you can do with your scheduling wise, if it's a lesser demand but over a longer time, I think could be an option that you might want to put before us. So, maybe you're talking about 40 trucks and maybe you put down some other options here.
All right.
Okay.
We'll take a look at it and see if, now that we know that's a concern, we'll take a hard look at that and see if we can come up with some solutions.
Okay, thank you. Bill, any questions, comments?
No, I'm supposed to meet their hydro-geo on site on Monday, I think. So,
And Eric, if you can check after the bridge heading towards Main Street, so there's been a lot of accidents there also. So I think there's going to be some signage where the doctor's office is, GBI. There's been fatalities there and lots of accidents.
Yep.
Coming down that straightaway.
Yeah. People come down West Street pretty fast.
Flying.
Yeah, coming through the center of town, I see trucks coming through there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not
tractor
worried about the
trailers
center of town.
come
Tractor
through.
trailer.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not worried about that. That's a major truck route.
I think it's
Through the center
Yeah.
of town, that's a congested area.
Yeah, but
I think it's just that
16, it's just,
the rate of speed people
25 through there.
coming down West Street.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe not the trucks, but the other people
The other
coming.
people. Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially when the.
Traffic is the main issue.
Yep.
All right,
Okay.
anything further, Bill? No?
no.
Okay, so you have to get together and do some calcs, what you said, or some
Well, I'm
tests?
going to go meet their hydro-geo on site. We're going to look at the groundwater.
Okay.
And I think Eric's going to, at some point, respond to my comments.
Yeah, and I've been holding back on, I got partway through those, Bill, and then the plan changed and some of it just doesn't apply anymore. So I want to wait until we get this established and then we're going to go forward and I will respond to all your
Yeah,
comments.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
2
So,
weeks, a month?
January 12th?
Our butters, I don't know.
yeah, public hearing.
Yeah, so, all right, so this is a public hearing. Is there anybody online or anybody that wants to speak on this issue or has a question about it?
Oh, audience.
Yeah, name and address, please.
My name's Joe Gresham, 41 Road.
Okay,
My property abuts this.
okay.
I'm just interested what's going to happen to this once it's all mined out. What's the
All the lumens
plan
see it.
for Is it gonna be a subdivision?
No, it's,
Can I repeat the question, just so?
yeah, repeat the question.
So the question is, what's the plan for post-development for the site, Eric?
Yeah. Post-development, we had talked about it. We didn't have any real definite plans, but we did have, we still have the screen share going here.
Yes.
There was a plan that was approved a while back for a single house lot, where we cut the reduced frontage lot. It had a 40-foot strip that went all the way from West Street to the back of the lot here. And then this was going to be a single house lot with access from Grove Street here. So with the earth removal plan, we could potentially enlarge this lot so that it includes this earth removal area, and then the house could go here. We wouldn't need this right-of-way anymore because the access road could be used for our right-of-way then. So we'd be looking at probably just a single-family house lot, but like I say, no definite plans. That's just the first thing that came to mind. Was that this, and I'm not sure if this plan is even valid. It was done in '06, and I don't think it ever got recorded at the registry, but it did get signed by the planning board.
Okay.
So at the time, this was what was planned for this property, but it never materialized.
What about the St. Dennis property? Isn't that,
Expansion.
the purpose for this is to expand the cemetery plot, right?
Yep, and the same, the objective of what we're doing is earth removal, but St. Dennis wants to expand their cemetery, so we would still want to move forward with our earth removal. It gets them to final grade in their cemetery area, but they still have their crossing to deal with. They would still have to do this if they wanted to connect it to St. Dennis.
Right.
They would have to put in this access driveway, so it still leaves them with another project, and this would have to be permitted separately with the Conservation Commission, because we won't be going this route anymore. This will have to be a whole other project. So we're still proposing to grade this as though it's going to be an expansion of St. Dennis Cemetery.
Okay.
We just aren't proposing this connection with the roadway at this time.
Right, okay, thank you.
All right.
Does that answer your question?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Anybody else have any questions?
Anybody online?
Okay. Yeah, name and address, please?
Steve Navarossi, just a comment, 45 Road.
Yeah.
A lot of that route is really tough going through Main Street with post office trying to get out of there, get the senior center, buses coming in and out of there. You get the doctor's office, Riddlebrook,
Yeah.
and then getting onto North Street off of 16, and then a narrow bridge at the sewer plant. The water, unfortunately, no other ways around it.
Yeah, that's why I brought up the subject of the traffic and the road route. Yeah. So we'll definitely look into that. Yeah, go ahead again.
Maybe 35 loads, but you double it because you have to come up there to get it. It's a double trip, so there's 70 trips a day.
Yeah.
It's not just 35 loads, you double that.
That's true though, because I tell you, well, you just increase it.
Yeah. Yeah, so we'll get a definite,
That's why we're asking for
we'll zero in on the count and
Ask them if that's why we're asked for
yeah,
options.
that'll be discussed further, yes.
They need a detailed downtown for this whole project.
Yeah.
Just for safety.
No, I don't know about the detail.
I'm just saying that if one person gets hit, it can happen anytime, but one person.
Well, that's why we have to look, that's why we have to study it and figure it out. All right, anybody else? Okay, when, Bill?
How much time you need, Eric?
Well, we continued with conservation till January 25th, so no sooner than that, probably.
How's the 26th?
I'm sorry?
The 26th.
Or the 12th.
Yeah, we could try.
How
for
do
the
we
26th.
align?
So,
How did we align?
26 at 7:30?
See.
Yep. Okay, 26 at 7:30, okay?
Okay, that sounds good.
All right,
And meeting on Monday.
a motion to continue,
So moved.
And I'll second that.
made by Tracy, seconded by
No.
Mike Z. Any further discussion? Vote? Unanimous?
Yep. Continue.
Right, unanimous vote? Meeting is continued. All right, thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Very- Thank you.
Oh, we could do the 7:45.
Continue.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna make a motion.
He has to open it, right? Right? Oh, it's discussion. Wait,
Yeah, it's a
why does it
discussion.
say discussion?
Yeah, because we didn't submit the plan yet.
Huh?
I didn't think
I
that.
thought they opened it.
All right, Bill, what do you want to take discussion next for?
Or if we do-
Reservoir? LLC,
You've
we
got
continue?
an email in your packet
Yep.
regarding Whiten's Reservoir Estates.
They're asking for a,
Chair, I recuse myself.
All right,
all right, let the record show that Mike Z has recused himself.
I'll make a motion to continue them to January 12th.
All right, hold on one second. It's not a public hearing,
This
right?
isn't
So
just
it's
discussion.
Yeah.
It's just discussion.
It's just
I
a
thought they-
discussion, it's not a
oh.
hearing,
Yeah.
but we should agree on a time. So
Yes, I agree, but do we need anything from them on a timeline of,
we would need a written extension to the timeline, which we
Right.
have not received. As you can see in the email, they're asking for a continuance, but they're also asking for, they're anticipating that they're going to withdraw.
yeah,
So, there's really no penalty for inaction by the board.
right,
Okay, so it's sort of a moot point whether it's approved or denied, to be quite honest with you.
yeah.
They take advantage of a timeline on the definitive submittal by filing a preliminary plan, so
Okay.
that's the advantage they gain by doing it this way.
Yeah.
So, with that said, I'd say there's no detriment, even though there's a timeline in the statute, to just, me
No danger,
putting,
no danger of construction
no,
approval.
no dangers for constructive approval or anything being approved on
Okay.
a preliminary, correct.
But it would be nice to have on record that they asked, that they granted us an extension.
It would be nice
Yeah.
that if they formally did that, yes.
So if they're not on tonight at all?
They're not, no.
No.
So can you shoot them an email and let them know we
I
would like
can,
that?
so if they choose to not withdraw and they choose to go for the 26th at 8 PM,
Remember from the 12th?
I'm sorry, you're right, on the wrong day.
Yeah.
Thank
get
you,
someone
Les.
on the 12th.
Same thing, 8 PM on the
Can't-
12th?
We could
7.
cancel the
That sounds
12th.
good.
No, we got 2 new submittals,
Oh, they're on thing. All right, they're already on your book?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 7 to 7:30, 7:30 to 8, and we'll put them on at 8.
2 new submittals.
And just
Yeah.
have them
They're
give us a...
probably not going to do anything anyway.
I expect they're going to withdraw.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
correct.
but I don't want to, just, we have to get it on record that they...
Okay.
that they
Was there a
granted
motion made?
extension.
We're continuing to
Yep. For
No,
8
12,
o'clock.
Have
12th at 8.
Hey, Ernie, Lori.
The first meeting in
12th at 8.
January, yeah. The 26th is our second meeting in January,
Do you wanna
Not
see
the
if
26th.
Lori,
the 12th. The other two were on the 26th, but this one's going to be on the 12th.
Okay.
Okay.
is it?
All right.
not? Oh, no. she's not. You just, her big headed.
Okay, additional
She's firm.
business.
I'm back.
Um,
Mr. Chair?
Yeah, let the minutes show that, record show that Mike Z is back.
Okay.
The return of the.
Bill, does anything you want to take?
Well, since the
Yeah.
folks from number 2 are here, why don't we deal with
Yeah,
that?
okay, let's take number 2 under additional business, Family Convenience Center, Main Street, possible votes, which I don't anticipate.
Good evening.
Good evening. Name and address, please, just for the record.
Certainly. Ray Whitehead. I live at 17 Beacon Road in Webster, and I am the owner and operator of Family Convenience Center, a gas station, convenience store, liquor store, ice cream shop, and Dunkin' Donuts at 63 Main Street.
Okay, thank you.
Douglas. I have with me David Feist, he's our civil engineer from CMG Engineering, and my store manager, Sam Skoronsky, who's intimately familiar with everything that happens at the store. We have 3 problems that we're trying to solve. The first and foremost problem is public safety. We currently have a Dunkin' Donuts drive-through that comes in here, wraps around the building, and it queues up about 9 cars. 10th car is in the street. My understanding is by today's standards, Duncan is looking for at least 13 cars on a queuing. I'm unaware if there's been any accidents as a result of this, but if there haven't, there will be. This needs to be addressed.
Okay.
Second problem we have is we don't have enough parking, particularly in the summer when ice cream's busy and all, and the traffic on site is chaotic. And our third problem is we've outgrown our store. We need more storage space. A year and a half ago, we became a full liquor store, and we have to buy big deals, and we just plain need storage for that. So what we are proposing, and we're here just to get preliminary feedback. 15 years ago, I was here when we renovated, and we got tremendous ideas from the boards. We want to just incorporate those ideas into our next set of drawings, and then we're going to spend a considerable amount of time meeting all the wetlands and riverfront requirements that are going to be substantial. So even after this, it'll be a while before we're back here.
Okay.
So what I wanted to point out is this is the existing, here's the store, the gas pumps, the parking. I own this property, this house, which is directly across from the highway barn. This house directly across from the fire station. I own 2 acres behind that includes the leach field for the septic system. From this wall, which is the ice cream windows right here, over, nothing changes. All of our changes that we're proposing are from here west. So this is our first draft. I'm good with this, I'm sorry.
It's all right.
You're doing good.
Okay.
So what we're proposing is a building addition to continue right on. We're going to move ice cream and have the window and the patio, very similar to what we have now. Take down the house next door, add a fair amount of parking. I know our biggest issue that we're going to have to discuss is this potential new curb cut we have. That's I can't imagine that's going to stay. But the initial plan was to have the Dunkin' Cube come in here, out of the traffic in the parking lot and come around, and this would give us about 17 cars to the street, up from 9. This would also solve our parking issues, and it would solve our little more store selling space, but a lot more storage space.
Yep.
I don't think we want to talk about wetlands and river.
No.
Here.
It's not us. So,
There's a lot.
yeah. So, question for you.
Yes.
And this is the house footprint that you're removing,
Yes.
okay? What's the square footage of that house footprint and the delta for the new space that you're building out?
So the existing disturbed area, the house and the driveway is 3,300 square feet.
The house footprint,
Just the house front.
the house print. You're gonna go from, yeah,
Probably about half of that, about 1,800 square feet.
okay. And then the new space that you're building out is how big?
27,000, oh no, that's long.
The building?
I'm sorry. Proposed parking lot and drive-through patio, 14,000 square feet.
All right, the building.
Oh, excuse me.
We're going-
You know, Dave, you better handle.
Yeah, yeah. 2,800, so you,
So 70 by 40 or something like that.
It
Yeah,
says
60 by 50, but then we brought it back a little. And the original building's 50 by 60, so it's just over 3,000, and it's like 2,700. So it'll be about 6,000 square foot total on the.
You have the plan.
I know, I want to ask for the record.
Shed,
Oh,
three
okay.
sheds,
Sorry.
planning on staying right where they are. Propane will stay where it is. Septic tanks are in the current ice cream patio. We're showing them now move to the, yeah.
How many openings are you going to have on the 16? You have the one opening there, one opening over there, still have 3 total, right?
We have 3, but after our meeting with the tech review, we cannot imagine that that's going to remain. It's way too close to the curve.
Okay, that's us, okay.
Yeah, or the abutter, right?
Yeah.
But you could shorten up 17 to 13 cars and move it down.
Well, if we eliminated this and all the cars come in this way, now you have even more cars. You're up to 23 or something, because they're going to come all the way around.
You're building cube.
But then they're coming through the parking.
Yeah, yeah.
But anyone who knows the site,
I mean,
it's just chaos. You're pulling in, you're parking, you're coming through gas. And one thing that I'd like to do, I want to keep the entrances as far away from the curb as possible, but if we move this a little, it might help the flow on the site.
Yeah.
And after the tech review meeting, we were asked and we agreed to get a traffic engineer to do a line of sight and make sure that the entrance is appropriately. So I guess I'm proposing, scratch this entrance, possibly move this one down a little to a place where it's safe, but could also improve the traffic flow on the site.
Can I ask, what is the ratio? There's three main people that come in. There's the store, there's the gas pumps generally. The store also has propane and other things. And then there's the dumps. What's the ratio? Is it third?
Depends on the time of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, but overall, in the whole day.
I don't,
One car could hit all three, too,
Yeah. So,
I know that, but there's something enticing about having that other driveway regardless.
Yeah.
I'm just talking, I know there's
yeah,
site lines.
yeah.
But there's something about drawing all those Dunkin' Donut people learn to go down that end. And it frees up.
Yeah. I think,
if the road were straight,
yeah.
But maybe that could be overcome, I don't know.
well, we did talk about maybe putting in a turning lane or something, but it is
No,
right.
no. Yeah, I don't think you can do that.
It is right at that.
I think Aaron's onto a good point where if you're going to have three entrances onto the site, that one that is the far west entrance, even if you brought it in a little bit, to maybe have that one as a focus, like, donuts entrance. You know what I mean?
It won't stay that way, though.
No, but
Seriously, the locals learn it. In the summer, we have a lot of non-locals, but,
that gets you through the drive-through.
well, the other, you could have this entrance only and not have this an exit.
Right, well, there's your
And
exit.
and that's right, exit down here. But maybe what you're saying is,
Move it down.
I don't know if we should have three or
Yeah.
maybe two, but the second be closer to.
Correct.
To accomplish
I
what we're all saying.
Yeah. Yep.
And I think the traffic guy is gonna help guide that.
I'm going to just bring something up. I think your idea of having two is fine.
Yeah.
You have that back one, I don't care if you make it one way or not, people will go both ways in it. The other thing is, remember, when we had the Dunkin' Donuts across the street, we had a traffic study done, they wanted a turning lane put in on 16. So going this avenue where you're going to be increasing the whole deal, you might have to come up with a turning lane on 16 to come
Well,
in.
remember, on the Dunkin' on the other side of the road, they were crossing opposing traffic, and I think that's why they needed the
You're going to
turning
be
lane.
having both ways here too. I don't care which way you slice it or dice it, you're going to be turning in and turning out. I mean, I know where you're at, I go there, been there, the whole deal.
Appreciate that.
In the summertime, with all the traffic, it backs up, it's trouble there, and we all know it.
Yep.
So it was very well determined that a turning lane is going to be going in if it was done across the street. I understand you're busy, it's congested, the whole deal, and it's awesome, I think, what you're doing. But I think if it comes down to a study, which I think we'll probably end up requesting, you're probably going to have to figure in some kind of turning lane.
Okay.
On 16. You just keep it in mind. I'm not saying it's guaranteed, but we're similar circumstances here and doing the same thing. So
I
you're
agree.
right across the street from where the other one was. And I understand there was another road there, but the volume of traffic and everything else, you know it and I know it, has increased over the years.
Yes.
And it's not going to get less, it's going to get more. That's a definite. So,
What about your gas pumps? Are they,
Nothing's changing there.
Nothing's changed.
Nothing's moving at all. Again,
you aren't going to add more pumps?
oh, would I love to.
The
But
concern is that if you're coming eastbound and you only have that other entrance, even if you widen, still, people want to park down there, are going to have to take that turn almost, well, it's 180 degrees to get down to this parking area.
yes,
And right now, they come in and you basically take a 90 degree,
yeah.
you're pulling in right behind where the people queue up for the ice cream.
Yeah.
And it's pretty easy, but again,
Yes. Well, again, that's why I think this needs to come over. and-
well,
Yeah.
But, no, your point, listen, we're here to solve a public safety
Yeah.
problem, not create a new one.
Yep.
So if a turning lane's required for this,
I'm saying it might.
We'll,
Well, you're going to do a traffic study,
Yeah.
you said.
And then,
So let's get, yep. I mean, the concept, I think we're all in agreement, it's a great
Oh, yeah.
idea.
No problem with doing it.
Yeah. So
You
get,
know, in the summertime, it's like you go to park. and-
Get a traffic study and-
And run across and get a nice game.
one thing I will,
you know?
one thing our goal would be is when we have employees, 5 Dunkin' people, 2 ice cream girls, and Sam and I, and cashiers, I mean, there's 8 or 9 cars. If we can put our employee cars down at the end out of the way,
That'd be
then
ideal.
customers will utilize this more.
Yeah.
Typically, they don't park, customers don't park on the ice cream side as much. This is more store parking. This is
Right.
really
Yeah.
more for the ice cream. I think this is more going to be overflow parking. It doesn't change anything anyone said, but I don't think this gets used that much.
How much of the,
I see that more as people come in to sit and eat ice cream, they're gonna park
Ice cream at night,
outside.
absolutely, this will get full.
Yeah.
And then
And
you-
when that happens, the Dunkin' line is slow.
Yeah, and that's gonna open up a lot of spots for everyone to just come in, grab their quick convenience store, quick liquor purchase,
Yeah.
in and out on that side, so.
how much of your new facility, the new building, 2,800 square feet is storage versus floor space?
Very little floor space. Where ice cream is, it will open to an aisle, a new cooler here. We're going to add, right now, we're planning another 10 doors to offer beer, more beer. Ice cream will move down to the end here. So at least
The rear end of it is storage.
the whole back, more than half is going to be storage.
Because I see Sam with the 2 wheelers going out of the house over there.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No,
Um,
doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. We're all the same.
But yes, that's,
You need it.
we need this. We've outgrown it, we need it.
Yeah, you need it.
For public safety, for operation, for everything. And assuming the town's going to grow, what we've seen since I've owned it is just going to continue. We want to get ahead of it.
How many truly additional spots are you adding?
I think we're going to be up to 40, and we have 28 right now. 29,
12.
it's going to go to 40.
So you're gaining,
Oh, it's not that many.
no.
oh,
And with the additional employees, you're going to lose a few, so you're only going to
Four.
be.
Well, I'm not gaining any employees.
You won't?
You're also not gaining another business.
Yeah.
yeah.
So you're going to
I
gain an
really-
extra 10 parking spots, really?
We just, yeah,
Yeah.
we're going to gain 11, but we're also got a place further away to put the employees.
Yeah.
We're opening it up more for customers.
Yeah.
And the day this happens, like, it's not a new business, it's not new customers,
No.
it's not,
Yeah.
Right.
it's going to be what it is now. It's just hopefully less congested and a little better
Fine-tuned.
traffic flow.
So the other thing you're gonna have to look at is now, since you're adding more square footage, is you're gonna consume more trash and stuff like that, so you have to manage your on-site trash. I think the other,
I don't
You know what I
know
mean?
that that's true, but if it is,
more building space, more trash,
No,
right? Yeah, it depends,
Not changing-
square footage.
not changing the business.
No, but you get the square
Storage,
footage.
it's making more
Storage,
storage,
yeah.
that's all.
Okay,
it just means instead of buying 10 cases of
Big
Yeah.
20. there's no
Absolute,
trash.
I'll buy
That's true.
30 to get a better
Yeah.
deal and keep prices low. But I'm not necessarily going to sell it any fast.
gotcha,
But,
yeah,
you know, we have the 2 dumpsters.
yeah,
If
Okay.
we had to take a parking space away
Yeah.
or add
just be aware of it, that's all.
we could do that.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna impact anything, but just be aware of that.
But
And
on the
then,
trash, all you got to do is instead of dumping once a week, you dump twice.
well, most of the trash walks out the door anyways. All right, well,
Bill, any questions?
No, as I pointed out to Ray and the crew earlier, site plan review, conservation, they're in the water resource protection overlay, so they may trigger that, I don't know.
Or
So,
also riverfront.
in Riverfront, that's Concom, so,
yeah,
Good idea.
yeah, because you have an existing house there now, so you pick up that square
and
footage.
I'm looking into that setback issue, so.
I think
Yeah,
we're
and the-
pretty much,
the fuel pump canopies in the right of way and landscaping, all that stuff is in the right of way, right?
I don't know what that, I'm sorry, I don't know.
So Main Street is 66 feet
Oh, yes.
wide.
So is the ice cream.
All that stuff is
Yeah.
in the right of way.
The girl,
So as far as that turning lane,
got a question about that.
you've got a bunch of space there,
Oh, I see, I see.
You pick up.
because that's in the right of way, technically.
So when we're saying turning lane, are we talking about westbound turning in or
No.
here for eastbound?
coming
turning in?
down, going eastbound,
East.
a turning lane.
Eastbound
coming
On your
up that
side.
corner.
On your side,
Not on the other side of
No,
the road, on
not
my
on the
side.
other.
correct, on your side.
Yeah, whatever your expert says.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Turn in.
Question. If you plan to or have to move or what is your plan if you had to move the ice cream girl?
We move it where she needs
Okay,
to
all
go.
right, I just wasn't sure, I just had to ask.
Yeah.
No, because it's sight lines and stuff like that. Just want to make sure he's going to move it to keep it, you know what I mean?
Gotta have
You're
the
going to keep
ice
it, all
cream
right.
girl out there.
You're going to keep it, all right, that's just, don't want to see that risk.
I bought this business 19 years ago last week,
Yeah,
and that ice cream cone creeped me out. I thought it was the strangest thing, and now I realize
Those are dimensions.
it's just.
Oh, yeah. People, I can't believe how many people stop and take their picture with that ice cream
It's
cone.
like,
Yep, it's amazing.
that's what the mayor would have said.
Yep.
yeah.
And we hope to have a 2-window indoor seating for the ice cream, just, a little bit bigger, a little bit, everything should be a little bit bigger, a little bit nicer, a little
Fair enough.
better flowing. That's all we're going for.
Okay, yeah, no,
Okay.
I think the plan looks great.
Traffic,
Just the traffic
that's it.
study is what we need.
Traffic, entrances.
Yep,
maybe
that's the big
turning
issue.
lane, and we
Yeah.
will get a traffic engineer, and we will
Okay,
get to.
That looks good.
Thank
I
you.
have,
right.
I have
Thank you for
one,
coming in,
guys.
I have
Good luck.
one other question. I have one more question since
Oh,
all
go
you
ahead,
guys
Trace.
get to talk and
Go
I
ahead,
didn't
Trace.
really
I'm sorry,
talk
go
at
ahead.
all.
No, Tracy has a question.
Just one short question. Your existing undisturbed area, how are you determining that? It's 1,641 square feet and you're combining 2 lots.
We may or may not combine 2 lots. I know I told you the other.
Yes.
We were.
Yes.
I mean, the initial thought was, but we may not, we have to evaluate that.
Okay.
So I did say that. but I retract.
Oh, okay. I'm the last to know.
Well, no, I just, as a result of having that discussion, we understand it may be better not to merge the 2 lots. So that's.
I wonder who gave you that idea?
All right, thank you. Look forward to seeing you again.
1,600 square feet is just basically right along the edge here.
Yeah.
The rest of that part is all lawn currently, all the way up almost to the.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks.
All right,
Thank you.
thank you.
Thanks, guys. Good luck.
Yeah,
Thanks.
good luck.
Yeah.
Look forward to seeing you again.
Hope to see you
Oh,
soon.
that's the
All right.
information.
You want to go back to number 1, Bill? You want to?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Blackstone Logistics Center, Lackey Dam Road.
Not sure if,
We're going to get out of here early.
We do a split screen?
Yeah, logged on.
Oh.
So
Logged off.
in your packet, there's a letter
Uh-oh.
Oh.
from
We only see
Fletcher
us.
Tilton.
Yeah, ouch, right here.
So basically, this is a proposed warehouse distribution facility that's on the common
Yes.
boundary line of Sutton, Uxbridge, and
Yep.
Douglas.
Yep.
So we had some preliminary meetings with them, and the applicant, the potential applicant, is looking to expedite process by consolidating peer review consultants. That's one of the things, so that all 3 towns, instead of each hiring their own individual peer review consultant, all the towns hire the same peer review consultant. So we discussed it among the staff in the 3 different towns, and for traffic, we're looking at using Greenman Pedersen.
Where are they out of?
They have an office in Stoneham and one in New Hampshire somewhere.
I just never heard of.
That's who we regularly use.
Okay.
And with regard to the civil engineering, we're looking at Graves Engineering. And they're like out of the Worcester area. And so that's it for the peer review. We're not going to talk about the wetlands people because I think that's Concom jurisdiction.
Yeah, right.
I think Concom already had this letter.
Good. So how big?
So the first question is, do you agree using the same peer review consultant as Sutton?
Yes.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah,
course.
Do you object to using Greenman Pedersen for traffic and
No.
Graves for civil?
No
No,
objection.
change it up.
Okay,
Nope.
so that's number 1. Number 2, consolidated administrative review. They're looking to making one application type, I guess, for all 3 towns.
Makes sense.
You know, so we may get stuff that's not necessarily pertinent to us,
Yeah.
and Sutton may get stuff that's not necessarily pertinent to them, but
They're just looking to have.
but they'll have everything for everybody.
Okay.
And then lastly, joint meetings, they wanted to see the temperament of the board with regard to having and scheduling meetings. Perhaps it may be on an off night,
Yeah.
but jointly with Uxbridge and Sutton, so that they're meeting once and everybody's vetting the same project at the same time.
Okay.
They're still doing remote?
We could do remote, they can do remote, we can meet here how we normally do.
And still the remote end.
We can do it however.
I think
Makes sense.
planning
It's
for
a tough-
Uxbridge is
tough
doing
thing to
remote.
figure out, but if it can be done, that's a good idea.
They do all remote in Uxbridge?
I'm pretty sure our planning's still doing remote.
Yeah, I think it.
I don't know about Sutton.
It'd probably be beneficial just to do all remote and have us all join. And do it for an off night.
Well, let me ask you something, though.
Yeah.
We go back to Tuesday night meetings, can we still have this room?
That's the plan, yeah. That's
Okay.
why we moved it. Selectmen were meeting on our meeting night, because
Well, that's why I'm asking it.
and they may kick up again, and we may have to modify.
Okay.
I don't
All
know
right.
that.
No, all right, understood.
But
I mean, yeah, if we could all
Meeting
meet
every-
like here,
Yeah.
because we got the screen, that's why I'm asking it.
And then if the person wants
We
to
gotta go in
come
the
here,
living
we
room,
could
right?
have
It's not
enough
gonna work.
space
Here.
for the board
it's a
members.
format here where you got the bigger TV and everything else,
to
and
go
we're all
town to
right
town.
here.
Or-
It's a lot easier setup.
Or even,
Oh, I see no problem.
Who's the primary for holding the meetings, Bill?
No, no, no.
Well, we're kind of the
We
smallest
would do
part.
remote
Yeah, right.
meetings,
it's not gonna be us.
but it would not only be
Yeah.
us, it'd be
It's
the
not
other
even,
two towns.
yeah, maybe
on
we
there.
should.
But
Yeah,
traffic,
so it all might be a Zoom meeting, it
Yeah,
all might be a
it's much
via,
more
who
important.
knows?
Yeah.
But that's what I'm
So
saying, being in
the-
this room with our schedule or whatever would be an important factor that we can be in this room.
Or just in an auditorium, if they wanted to do,
We could do that.
you know what I mean? So for the people. who
And
couldn't
that's
do
really
remote-
kind of number 4 is other, so if there's other aspects like an
Yeah.
auditorium coordination, we
Yeah.
can do it. They're just trying to see if the board's going to be rigid in the meeting night and location. You can't, you know,
I think
so
it-
they're looking for a little softness on
Yeah, as long
the
as we have-
approach.
as long as we have-
Because it's a unique situation with the 3
Yeah.
towns.
I think if it's an off meeting night from our normal schedule, I don't
We
think
can
that's,
zoom in.
yeah, it's an off week, let's say.
And like Ernie
It might
points it
work out
out,
better.
our
Yeah.
main focus
It
is
is
going
what
to
it
be
is.
traffic.
Correct.
Yeah, we got all the traffic.
That and-
We got all the
that and our-
traffic.
I don't know what Beth's looked at this for our taxes or how they're gonna split this building up in.
it's not in our town, so.
No, it
Yeah,
is.
well, a little
no,
tiny
We're going to get some
corner.
benefit from the building. If you look at the
Chunk.
site plan, there's a
Yeah, it is.
wedge, the building
Yep.
that's
Right.
in Douglas. And,
We'll get our
You're
20%.
gonna look really, really
Yeah.
closely.
no,
Yeah,
this plan
okay,
here,
yeah.
this plan here.
All right.
Yeah, no, that he did.
You gotta look really, really close.
He didn't realize we got a piece of
I
the
didn't
pie.
realize that.
We got a piece of the
There is a little piece of it in Douglas, isn't there? I didn't realize
And
that.
then-
pie. Ernie, this is important here.
Employee parking.
Exit is actually not in
Yes.
Douglas at all.
So I don't know, has Beth taken
But
a
we'll
look
be
at it?
getting,
Can you give this
She
to her?
may have,
Can you give her my copy?
I didn't, but I know there's been things going around for all the different departments. I know Matt's probably talked to her about this.
Well, just because I don't know how, because the assessors have to get together and figure out how they're gonna split this, so. whatever.
Yeah, that's right. And that's one
do you
of
wanna
the
give her a
things that
copy?
we brought up during the meetings.
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
All right, as long as she's got a copy of this stuff.
So, so the last item is, you know.
We get the part.
And I'm going to throw this in there. I mean, even though there's 3 communities, I mean, I think, you know, there's other communities that might have more of an impact or more, you know,
Yeah.
say in some things. Not more say, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, Oxford owns half the building.
So I would suggest that one of the other communities, and you can shoot me down certainly, would probably be a primary community, and we would end up being like a secondary community in terms of review.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I think
that's-
Oxford would be.
so for example, the 53E and 53G accounts are going to be managed by the town of Sutton.
Yeah.
That's kind of what we discussed.
we have a
Yeah,
town
okay.
planner
That's
too.
fine, that's fine.
So she can, I'm sure she's gonna be intimately involved.
Sure,
Yeah, and
As am I.
Uxbridge has half the building, so,
right.
I mean, again,
Yeah, as
our,
long as there's language in there that we're protected, I mean,
yeah, we're comfortable
that's
with.
fine.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Taxes are portion based on.
No, that all sounds
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, that's still, they're still
Yeah.
talking about that.
That's for Beth just to be aware of,
Yeah.
and they'll work that out with the town.
That all sounds good.
Great.
They'll base it on.
So can I have a vote to that effect, saying that, those consultants, number one?
Yep.
And we're willing to work with the other communities on meeting schedules.
Yep.
Correct.
So you want to make
Make
that
that as a
motion?
so moved, that we're, or do we need to make a motion?
Second.
Okay.
Motion made by Mike Z, seconded by Tracy. Any further discussion? Unanimous vote?
Unanimous, aye.
Okay.
Yeah.
On agreement.
We got our schedule set. Number 3, right?
Yeah, we already did that.
All right, number 3, we already did that. We voted on the schedule for the meetings. Number 4, request for return of funds guaranteed Builders Glen Street. All right, what's that all about, Bill? That wasn't on the original.
No, it wasn't.
Where is the original?
This was originally under number 9 for
Right.
vouchers, so I'm not sure why Maria added this to the agenda.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah, what is-
I would suggest we just take it as it was originally intended.
The vouchers, okay.
Okay.
All right. All right.
Good deal.
Signed JMT Sleepy Hollow. Release of covenants for lots 1, 2, and 3. Possible vote.
He's done on. You tell nobody's lit.
What?
I'm wondering if that's
Who's
Skinell
on?
Properties or Fletcher Tilton.
I'm not sure.
What does it say?
I just wanna let 'em know we're done.
Galaxy.
A60?
Phone.
No, the only one's Galaxy 50 that just
Correct.
logged on. Okay, so you want to go on? We're almost done.
Yep.
Yeah, all right, so sign JMT Sleepy Hollow.
Yeah, so Sleepy Hollow requested a release of, as you may recall, last meeting, we released a number of
Yeah.
lots that were internal to the subdivision road. The
Yep.
road was built up to a certain standard. Correct. The 3 lots that are being referenced in this release were included, they front on other
Yeah.
roads, public ways.
We granted
So whether
them
it's
already.
Northeast Main Street, it might be Davis Street, it might be
Correct.
Monroe, I'm not sure. I think mostly Northeast Main.
Northeast Main and Monroe, I think.
So the reason they were included in the no-build covenant, even though they fronted on public ways,
Yeah.
was because there was work, particularly that other access road,
Correct.
that they had said they were going to remove and grade and loam and seed, and that's not been done yet. So normally, we don't release lots when there's work that needs to occur on the buildable lot
Right.
until that work's been completed and accepted.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
And which,
that's up
do you know which lot that is?
1, 2, and 3.
I can pull it up on.
Is there anybody here for that, Bill? No?
No,
No.
it was on earlier.
Yeah.
Just removal.
I mean, if we know which lot it is, can we release the other 2 and just not that one for now, or?
So it is all 3 on Northeast Main Street.
Okay,
So if you look at
No,
this plan.
only if it's a net new.
Okay.
yeah, okay.
Renewal is just.
And it's
So
just,
maybe one doesn't have that road?
Newer
Let me see if it shows up.
Can't transfer.
yeah, I just wonder if we could release the other 2 and not the one that, unless they come in and specifically tell us, what their plan is for
Okay.
reclamation.
I don't see the little scroll bar on this thing.
We're not doing residential compound tonight, are we?
No.
Okay. Are we doing meeting minutes tonight?
Yeah, we should be.
We're a little behind on those.
Yeah, we should get it done.
Just a little.
Oh, good God. This is
Are you ready on these? Meeting minutes? Review?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, why don't you
We're
do
waiting,
meeting
right?
minutes while I scroll?
Go ahead, Mike.
You're up, Mike.
Well, we have
Ones, which
a,
ones?
And we do have, that.
10:15. Hold on a minute. 10:15.
October 15th.
I'm okay with October 15th.
Okay.
I didn't see anything incorrect. All this format is, I must say, is much harder to comprehend.
Yep, no, we're good. Other than Tracy being
Back
absent.
to the simpler format?
What?
Other than Tracy skipping out.
Actually, he's doing a wonderful job.
Yep.
My apologies.
Right, Mike.
How's October 28th, Mike?
Well,
So you propose, you say.
I'll pitch anyway.
We do.
Um,
We vote on it?
anybody have a problem with any of it?
I'm
Nope,
good
I
with
didn't.
15th.
You ready?
I'll make a motion to approve the meeting minutes as written for October 15th, 2020.
Second.
Jake, second that?
Yep.
Right, motion made by Mike, seconded by Jake.
No,
Any further?
You didn't even say anything.
Aaron.
I'll second it, yeah.
Oh,
Jake's-
I thought,
Oh, now we're really confusing here.
We'll let Jake, you can get the next one. All right, all those in favor?
All right.
Aye.
Unanimous?
Abstain.
Okay.
Abstain.
Oh, one abstention from
Tracy.
Tracy.
Do we have to do a roll call then, or? we
No.
just-
Oh, yeah, you were absent.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, one abstention from Tracy.
I did watch the movie, though.
Did you? Yeah.
It was pretty good.
A lot of drama?
Yeah.
What's the 28th?
Drama.
Mike?
I don't know, trying to find it.
You don't have it in the packet?
I had read the
Oh, yeah.
28th originally, and I saw no issue with the 28th.
Yeah, me neither, so.
Okay.
Okay.
Make a motion
Yep.
to approve the meeting minutes as written for October 28th, 2020.
There you go.
Jake?
Hi, second, oh,
Motion made by Mike, seconded by Jake. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Unanimous.
Okay.
How about the 19th, Mike? What do you think?
What's that?
How about the 19th?
Oh,
Mike?
19th.
I'm looking.
No, that's fine, I'm just trying to
I
moderate.
never saw these before, so I haven't looked at
Oh,
them.
then, we can
Well,
wait.
then we can wait till next meeting.
There you go. Hold off on that one. Cool.
All right, let's go back to item, all right, JMTs. All right, you got them, Bill?
Yeah, so I got it up here. So I guess the only lot that includes that roadway is Lot 2. So, but they're all linked together in the form that we have.
All right,
I did mention that to them when they gave it to me, but apparently they just submitted it. anyway.
Okay.
okay, and they're not on for any comments or questions about it. Well, board, what's your pleasure? We want to hear from them first before we release them? Just get a plan, so, you know, with their aluminum seating, or when they plan on doing it? or-
I think, well, one, we've got bond, right? To the,
Not for that.
Not for that
And-
piece,
And that
but-
wouldn't be for the
They're
bond.
just A&Rs on
Correct.
a public way.
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I don't have a problem with it. I mean,
With the two other public ways.
it's Jim's
It's up
project, so.
it's up to you guys.
Yeah,
I'm just
but it's up-
pointing
I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I'm
I
good.
agree with Ernie.
1, 2,
Aaron's good with it?
3 they're asking for.
We'll do 2 out of the 3 right now?
No, it's all on one
Can't
paper.
piecemeal.
Can't.
It's the-
You can't.
The form we have, unless you authorize Ernie to sign something just for the other two, that would work too.
What's the issue with the middle one, with the two?
So-
It's
so
not
that-
restored?
That access road, when they were presenting it, it was presented that that would be restored, and therefore, as a
Before.
result of that, we
Yeah.
included those front lots that front on Northeast Main Street. I think we included Lot 4 and one on Davis Street. Actually, we didn't include Lot 4 and the one on Davis Street. The reason we included those, because there's significant grading on each of them, and the road that used to be there for the gravel pit.
Right.
Okay.
So that's
Needs to
still
be
there.
restored?
It's still
He-
there.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's supposed to be reclamation.
Yeah, he's not gonna be able to restore it right now with the weather.
No, you're not going to do any of that right now,
No.
so.
But they could also end up using that for the driveway.
Yeah, most likely,
Yeah.
for the
Which
new
makes
house.
sense. Why-
Well,
Yeah.
it's up to the board. I'm
Down the lawn, then go ahead, tear
we're
it
just
back
bringing
up.
up what
True.
the
Driveway.
I know.
point is, but.
All right. I'm good with you, Ernie. You good with it?
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem.
Mike's good with it?
No problem.
No problem.
Approve them?
Yep.
It's in your packet, it should be ready
Yeah.
to sign.
Okay.
You need a vote on that?
Yes,
Yep, okay.
that would be good.
So, you
Motion involved with this?
want to
Yeah.
make that
So we need a
motion?
motion to release the covenants for lots 1, 2, and 3 for JMT Sleepy Hollow, with the DEF number 160316.
Okay, motion made by Mike Z,
Second.
seconded by Aaron. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Unanimous?
Yes.
Passes. All right.
We have a,
Oh, we only have one
Are we gonna
accessory
sign up?
apartment?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll
Yeah.
sign everything at the end.
everything seems to be in
All
order.
right, we have signed accessory apartment, okay, that's all set to go.
We only have one in our packet.
That's for
We're good
David
with this one?
Winanowski,
The only-
And Gia Muscatel?
yeah, and Gina Muscatel, 48 Orange Street. It's just a, that's just renewal, right?
Correct.
That's a renewal, yeah.
Yeah.
See no problem with
All
it?
No.
straight up.
Straight
Everything's
up.
okay on that?
Good.
I will-
Yeah.
All right. And
So we need a motion to
Yep.
accept
Yep,
the renewal for David Wendlowski and Gia Muscatel at 48 Orange Street for their
Nice.
renewal of their accessory apartment.
Second?
motion made by Mike Z, seconded by Mike G. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Right, unanimous. Okay. All right. Next one,
Oh, we don't have it on back.
accessory apartment special permit, James and Patricia Givner?
No.
I think we approved it
I don't know.
last time.
Yeah, it was
Just
on the
we-
agenda.
Yeah, we approved it last time, we just had to, they just.
Yeah, I was wondering if this is the same
Oh,
one, right?
Southeast Maine, yeah.
It's the same one, yeah.
So on.
I
So-
think they were here, yeah.
Yeah,
Correct.
they had
So-
separate meters, and we
That's
said
right.
that was
That's
okay.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That
it's
was
just
done.
in there
We just have to sign it, that's
Yep.
all.
Okay.
Yep. Okay, we don't need to vote on it.
right.
We already approved it. All right. Okay, discussion residential compound regulations.
Yeah, next meeting.
Yeah, next meeting?
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll mark it up.
All right.
After eight.
Sign vouchers.
Get me marked up copies. I'd love to just consolidate everybody's into
Yep.
one, and then we can,
Yeah, there wasn't much changes that I saw.
Yep, all right.
All right.
And future items are on the back.
Nothing futures.
Anything that
Do we gotta do the?
we didn't anticipate?
Bound?
Not on the agenda? Bill, any?
no, I'll give you a brief update. Deer Crossing, Woodland Road, they're starting to build that cul-de-sac
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
around
Yeah.
at the end.
Yep.
Phase 6A, we had called it. And they requested and scheduled testing. When I went out there, it looked a little thin on the gravel, so I had them dig a couple of test holes. And in fact, they were supposed to have 12 inches. They had 4 at one hole, 6 at another, and 8 at another. So we had to reschedule the testing.
All right.
I'm a little concerned because, that's not as easy as a fix of adding material on top.
You got to dig all that out and then
We have
dig down.
grades that we have to
Yeah.
meet, and if they were correct when they called for the testing, they have to remove it, go
Yeah.
down, and
Yeah,
put the
and
stuff
replace
back.
it and build it up.
Oh, my gosh.
Should have known better anyway.
4 inches.
Yeah, that's not enough. All right, so you gonna we meet with them?
I mean, I'll make sure everything gets built the way
Okay.
they plan
All
to
right.
build it. And I told them if they want to deviate from that, they have to come back to you.
Okay, very good. All right,
Markers?
anybody else have anything?
Oh, Shady Knolls is 100% complete with those markers. They're in.
Nice.
The monuments?
And- Yeah,
All right.
and the drill holes are in, so they're all done. I'm waiting for an invoice.
Okay.
I've got to put the other project out to bid now.
Now, what about for moving forward to ask for the next meeting?
Yeah, when they start asking for warrant articles, I'll bring it up with the board.
Okay.
Can we, we don't
We'll
wanna
try
get.
to stay on the same track as what we've been doing.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, the warrant articles won't come up until spring now.
Right.
No, but I'm just saying.
Do we wanna get
Yeah.
it
You never
done?
know
Keep
what's
going.
on.
Yep.
It's one of those
Yeah.
deals where if it's kind of set aside, we know what's all
Correct.
set.
Yep.
Yeah,
We're not going to forget about it. and
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
there.
I get-
Then
I get-
that way there, it'll just.
We get 'em done.
Forward
Yeah.
and get it done.
Right.
Yeah.
Otherwise, in 5 years, you're going to be saying, why didn't we do it then?
Right.
Yep.
Right now,
Yeah.
it's working pretty good.
Yeah.
We've had success in
Yeah.
the last 2
Yeah,
years.
they're hearing them out, and it has to get done,
Yeah.
so
Keep-
we'll try to get it, keep it rolling.
Bill, can you get a location of where those boundaries were? Like an overall map of like. what-
Oh, yeah, I
So-
had that. If you click on the link in the agenda, there's Andrew's proposal, which has a map.
Oh, it shows where they are?
Shows where they are.
Okay, all right.
On
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
agenda? There's only-
Oh, no,
It's on
think
the
that's the
bound, so
vote.
yes, it's on the bottom, under
Oh, no?
monuments or
does it
something like that.
We're just,
Oh,
Additional
okay.
business,
Alright.
it should be on the backside.
Website,
Well, I
the
don't
website
know.
link.
So if you click on that link,
I don't think.
that'll show you all the
Do we have a
proposals.
proposal?
So do you think you can get that warrant article for the spring for
it's in here.
our January meeting?
Oh, maybe we don't.
Maybe.
It's the same format, just dust it off so we can,
Well, like I said, when they start soliciting for the warrant article,
yeah, but they go quicker and sometimes if you can, so.
No, they don't go. We'll get it in there when they want. We'll know when
We
they
get
want.
it.
You want to be in the queue early, Mike, or late?
All right, Bill, question on number
Get
9.
off the plate.
We
yeah, just to give less timeline, end of March is when they start looking to close the warrant. So we'll have all of March, basically.
Yeah.
And for the May town meeting, so
Yeah.
we've got time.
Yeah, it's just easier to get it done.
Number 9, signed voucher.
Yep.
Yep,
Did we vote on that already? We have to vote on that?
you don't have to vote on it. You
No,
have to
it's just
circulate
it's
it.
just a voucher to sign,
Yep.
yeah, okay.
it.
All right.
All right.
All right, I'm gonna stop passing stuff around. We can start, no,
Motion to adjourn?
I'll second that motion.
all right. One motion to adjourn. All right, motion made by Tracy, seconded by Mike Z.
Yep.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous? Cool. Motion carries, meeting's over. Thank you very much.
Awesome.
Yeah, just so
Thank
you guys know that